on. And howdy, everybody. Welcome to a YouTube live stream, live from Gainesville, Florida. You know this character. This is Nick Schmidt and Hank and Canada Mike.
Canada Mike, Hank Strange.
Yeah.
Stranger Palooza in the house in Gainesville, Florida. We're coming at you live from the 50th anniversary celebration. Is this the only one in the United States, gentlemen?
Is this the only one in the United States?
It's the only one in the United States.
Only one.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. If we're meeting for the first time, oops, howdy, my name's Scott. Welcome to YouTube, my YouTube channel, Go Small, Live Large. It's great to have you here. We've got a kind of a fun, I don't know, half hour or so planned, and we want to have Hank. So Hank's going to give us a little bit of a van tour. He's going to tell us about your history with Roadtrek, and then Canada Mike is going to help us understand where Roadtrek came from 1974. That's pretty insane, right? So if you can help us out.
He was even alive then.
Go this way. There
Were
he
you
goes.
alive in 1974?
No.
Live?
No.
You
Hey, let's not.
I'm the only one under 50 in this whole group, by the way.
That's true. That's so great. So maybe Nick, since you're kind of hosting the party, give us a little background on your relationship with Roadtrek, and then we'll have Canada Mike kind of talk about Roadtrek, some of the history of it. We just came from the Roadtrek rally in Canada last week. It was insanely great. So maybe Mike, you can tell us a little bit about that. And then we'll have Stranger Palooza Hank give us a little run through some of the vans. You've got the Westfalia there, is that right?
We do, yes. So the Westfalia Roadtrek just released the Westfalia. You know, they're owned by a French company called Rapido, and Rapido actually made the first ever Westfalia in France. And so one of their goals when they purchased Roadtrek a few years ago was to bring the Westfalia to North America. And so they have successfully done that. It has taken a few years to get it right and to get it tuned in exactly the way it should be for North America. And so they have done it. They figured out how to do it on the ProMaster with the pop-top version and a non-pop-top version, which is very cool. It was kind of like, to me, that was kind of the 50th anniversary celebration. We're releasing Westfalia, right?
Well, I don't think it was planned that way. It just worked out that way.
Oh, well, it was it worked out great, whether that was the plan or not. Sometimes best things in life happen when they're not planned.
Yeah, Nick takes over. He likes to take over.
Take over?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Do we have a plan? What's the plan? Go ahead, Hank.
Say, no. I'm saying if something's going down, right? Even if you didn't plan for it to be the first thing, it becomes that.
It becomes
when Nick is there, it becomes this is what it is.
It's the best,
like it or not.
The best thing ever. So we are here in Gainesville, and it's very hot and sunny. We're all sweating and glistening. Oh, no.
Listening. Our
Did we
stream's
lose it?
stuttering there a little bit, guys.
Are we still there?
Yeah, your audio's working, but
all right, we're still here.
The internet's not the best, and also.
Oh, no, I lost the audio.
Scott.
Let's see. Yes, sir.
Can you hear us?
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
There,
So we do have the 50th anniversary sale going on right now. We started carrying Roadtrek back in 2014. So actually, it's been 10 years now since we sold our very first Roadtrek, and they've been a great company for us. From their Zions to the Agiles, they used to sell these Adventurouses and all this other cool stuff. But now they're really focusing on the Chase. They have this really cool Chase 50th anniversary edition, and the Zion, and then the Westfalia. So they have a great lineup of vans. We are celebrating it here. I do smell the hamburgers. You smell the hamburgers?
Yeah, man.
We are grilling. We are having a party. I mean, Mike's even drinking a Coke. I mean, do we allow?
They don't have those in Canada.
They don't have those.
I have like one every 3 months.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
I didn't really, honestly.
That's not allowed in Canada. Coca-Cola is not allowed.
Me and Mike played golf yesterday. We had a lot of fun together. It was hot. He said it was the hottest day he had ever played golf in his life.
I think I lost 3 pounds in sweat.
Well, coming out of Canada, I can believe
Nick's
that.
best round. That's the Canadian influence.
Yes, Mike helped me shoot 7 pars in a row. I've never done that before, so I was pretty excited.
Wow, that is so great.
I wish I knew what these guys were talking about.
I know golf. It's not a little white ball, right? You chase around with a
I understand that part of it. Yeah, I used to be a golf caddy. That's all I know, carrying the bags.
So you were carrying.
That's what I should have done yesterday. Yeah. Would have left with better face.
Yeah.
So Canada Mike, if you can give us a little history on Roadtrek. We met the founder or co-founder Roadtrek's son this last week at the Roadtrek rally outside of Toronto. Pretty amazing guy, Jeff Hannemeyer. We got to see the 2006 last Roadtrek, whatever the heck that thing was. It was pretty amazing. So just give us give the folks a little history on the.
Yeah, that was a good experience. I love that van, by the way. It was a 210 Popular 2006, and we did a great tour on it. And actually, Nick's got one in the back here. I think he used one for sale.
We do.
As soon as I got here, I said, I love that van.
Give me yours. The price is right, Mike.
Anyway, let's talk about the history. I think that, I don't know the whole story. So, what I've heard, I never got to meet Jack Hannemeyer, the father. I only knew Jeff, the son. But a couple interesting things about him. We talked about it when I met you. He introduced or helped introduce the milk bag to Canada and made a fortune.
What's a milk bag?
We'll get to that in a second. But he invented the milk bag. It's all over Canada. That's how we used to get our milk.
In bags.
In bags. And they still have them in Ontario.
Bags?
You guys didn't, no one invented glass in Canada?
And we had like glass containers here in the
Plastic
US.
bottles.
If you go to my friend Scott website and see the interview, you'll understand why they did a milk bag. That's actually pretty interesting. But he made
It's ahead of our time. We're not caught up to that technology.
The cool thing is that the product he developed is still selling in Canada.
Oh, wow.
So he did well.
Interesting.
Yeah. It came out of Europe originally.
So what I heard, or basically, is that Jack Hannemeyer bought a van to transport his family, and it was sometime a little, backyard kind of camper van. And then he just decided, okay, I'm going to do this and do that to better accommodate my family on camping trips. So that's how it all started. Was basically just to build something for his family.
And there was nothing on the market like it.
Nothing on the market like it.
And it's cool because that's a lot of times how the best things come about. Is someone seeing a problem, solving it for themselves, and then saying, you know what, there's a need for this,
right?
And then let me introduce it to Canada, then North America, and then there's lots of companies came afterward.
Actually, I'll go back because there was something on the market back then in Canada. I'm not sure the States, but Westfalia was in the 60s in Canada. So there was a period that it wasn't.
Is camper van Westfalia the name, or?
I believe so. I believe it's one of the oldest camper vans was Westfalia. And I still see them in British Columbia, Canada, which is on the West Coast. Yeah. When I go through British Columbia to Vancouver or whatever, you see hundreds of those old 60s, 70 vans that are worth a fortune.
Yeah.
Really?
And now you guys are together, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's cool that the company bought that name back then and then reintroduced it to North America. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I'll just go into Jeff Hannemeyer, the son. He kind of took that from his father. And I know he had another business that there was two brothers, Jeff Hannemeyer and his other brother. And there was another business his dad gave to that brother and basically let Jeff take it on the Roadtrek or Holman Park.
And then Roadtrek.
Yeah, he took it to new levels.
Yeah.
There's still, if you ever get a chance to find, I still have one, but it's an old brochure that he did with a CD in.
Wow.
So, and Jeff Hannemeyer, every Roadtrek had a CD and a big book.
Wow.
Roadtrek sitting inside, showing everything about the van. So he was an owner that knew every inch, and he even used the van before it went to market. He'd take it out and use it for a month before he'd allow it to go on to the market.
That's
so pretty cool.
Pretty cool indeed. So we're going to have Hank here in just a couple minutes give us a walkthrough of some of these. We got some questions coming in. So if you can post your questions.
So I'm gonna start. Let's get up and walk around, guys.
Actually, hold on one sec, Hank. We got a couple questions here. So Nick, Adam Wells has a question. Prices for the Wave, which is the Westfalia product we were just talking about, and it comes in two flavors, right? The pop top and the non-pop top, which has an amazing skylight. So I wish I had one of those. Want to help us with the pricing on the Westfalia product, please?
Yeah, so I don't have that handy. If you just give me a minute, I'll grab it and bring it out. Okay. I know it's MSRP's in the 180s somewhere. I can go walk over to it and look at it. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
And according to Roadtrek's website, there's a special pricing event going on right now. So
yes, so one of the stipulations of us doing this was we were not allowed to broadcast those prices on the internet. or online. So I don't know if does this qualify as the internet?
Well, let's put it this way. It wasn't like it's a rule. You know, the pricing's across the board in North America. We're just doing a little give back to Nick and all the clients in Florida. You know, he's been a great partner for us. So we just did a special kind of how do I get around this political
pricing.
special pricing for this event, which means Nick's not making any money this week. That's all it means.
But he still
spending
showed
money on
up
the
for
food
work.
and stuff, but no money for Nick.
That's funny.
That is
We
what
got-
that means.
We
But
got
yes,
quite
I'll get prices here in a
different
second. But on our website, we do have some of the Westphalias, and the prices are on the website. Please forgive me, I do not remember exactly what they are.
That's fair. So we got a couple folks saying hello. We got Ms. C80888 live in vans. I love them. She says, here's same person, Ms. C. Hello, Hank and Sunshine State RVs. And then I get an honorable mention. Hello, Scott. So that's cool.
Hey.
Question from Rory. So Mike, Canada Mike, Rory was tuning into our lives from the Roadtrek rally. I know we really can't talk about unreleased product, but there was a little bit of teasers on one of our live streams about a building on the Transit chassis. And we really don't know anything about features and timeline, but any further comments on that? I think.
Yeah, so there's a couple, like, I guess I'll share this. We have a couple new things coming out on the Roadtrek side of things that will be introduced to what it's called as the open house, which is in Indiana in the end of September. That's where all the dealers from North America come out and visit us, see what's new that we have for the lineup for Roadtrek. Then they basically put in their orders to stock for the year. So that's what an open house is. So we're going to introduce a couple things from Roadtrek there.
Perfect.
We're also introducing the short version of a Westfalia. So that'll be introduced in open house. And then we're already planning for the next year with 2 more models for the Westfalia lineup. And I can't disclose too much, but they will be on a different chassis. And on the Roadtrek side, we're also developing something else that I can't disclose, but I will say it's a different chassis also. So there'll be basically 3 type of chassis that we'll be using. And that's what I can give you today. So yes, some exciting things that are happening.
Nick's having a heart attack.
No, I didn't know about the new chassis. You never told me that.
Hopefully I'm not penalized.
No, you're
my
good.
boss.
So my advice would be don't wait for all the perfect van, because there is no perfect van. Life is too short, so get in your Roadtrek and get your ass on the road and get experiencing life, and then you can do a trade-in down the
There
road.
you go.
Right, Nick?
I just looked on our website for the non-pop top Westphalia Wave. MSRP is $180. We have it on our website for $149.9.
And that's a lot of van for
And
150.
it is cheaper today here in Gainesville. I will tell you that, right?
Okay, so let's
Yes. Hey, the burgers are on, so come out and see us.
Yes, I smell them. You smell them?
Gainesville,
Oh,
Florida.
they
I can
smell
smell them
good.
from here. I'm in Holland, Michigan. I can smell them from here. It's pretty amazing. Let's kind of bring Hank's phone in. I'll mute you guys, unless you can behave yourselves, Nick and Mike.
Mute us.
No,
Okay.
mute
I'm
us.
gonna go find. I'm gonna.
Yeah, and you can have one of them come with me. Maybe.
Okay.
Is Nick coming? Okay. What am I in right now, Nick?
That's the Wave.
Scion.
Here we go.
Oh,
This is one of the coolest floor plans they make, and the reason is, so you have 2 beds,
Mhm.
and like this, all this
Come
storage.
out here with you. Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is all storage.
I
Scott,
can't think of anything else I see that in.
Scott, you've seen one of these before, haven't you?
yeah, they're gorgeous.
I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drawers that go on this whole thing underneath.
I learned a lot about Roadtrek last week. Some of the little things I never not even you, Nick, pointed these out to me. Like the aluminum rail on some of the cabinetry and the floor, so you don't scuff. Now I'm looking at the scuffs in my van. I'm like, damn, that was a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. It's a good example.
Yeah, they do some cool stuff. And
Good
I like
point.
it when you press a button. So this has 3 seat belts on it. When you press a button, this does fold flat, which is cool because it. So what's very unique.
Yeah, that's nice.
So you can still walk. So if one in the family, which would be me, needs a bigger bed, the second in the family needs a smaller bed, which would be my wife. She's 5 foot tall. I'm 6 foot tall. The height doesn't matter. I'm a lot wider than she is. I would sleep on this big one, and she would sleep on the smaller one. And then there's still room to kind of walk in between and get up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Same with you, right, Hank?
Sure. Right.
Got the same problem. Dear Lola.
You also slide to make a king bed. If you want.
Yeah.
But I like the little separation so that way I can get up and down and walk around.
And I love the TV cover. It's just, there's nothing worse than looking at a rectangle, black, nothing.
I
Right?
agree with that, Scott. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's nice.
He sells these stickers of his face, and he recommends anyone that doesn't want to look at the TV, just put a sticker of Hank's face on it. You can just see him all day.
Yeah, if you wake up from a nightmare in the middle of the night and you see that, then you'll go back to your nightmare.
That would cause your nightmare.
Yeah.
Also repels mosquitoes, right?
Yeah.
True statement.
And the Truma on board, that's a big deal. I got to shout that out.
Yep.
Truma hot water, Truma furnace. I also like how the fridge is elevated up off the ground to where it's not low. It is a higher fridge. And I like that it's a 2-door fridge as well, which is really unique to have something this size up off the floor. And then a big cabinet for pots and pans.
Mm-hmm.
But I think people want to see a Westfalia, Hank.
Westfalia, let's do it.
Nick, before you leave, Hank, Nick, jump back in. So right above the cab seats, Catmandu wants to know, what is that? It looks like a storage unit without a cabinet
Pizza
cover.
oven. It is. So look how big this thing is.
Yeah.
This was stored in here, and it goes this way and all the way that way as well.
Yeah. This is what we like to call the pizza oven in the business, because it does get a little hot up
Are you
here.
in the business, Hank?
I'm in the show business of the business. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
let's see the Westfalia.
By the way, I just want to say to the folks out there, when I go to the shows, when you go to these shows, you have all the different companies. They send out people to look at what the competition is doing. And I always see a ton of competition walking around the Roadtreks. And of course, now the Westfalia is taking notes.
Yes.
Right? You've seen that, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the brand new Westfalia.
Uh-huh.
One of the most unique. Well, first off, you have this fridge right here when you walk in, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Then, this is one of the coolest things about this van. Scott, you remember this?
Yes.
Let's see if he can do this all
Let's
in
see if he
one
can-
without breaking anything. Oh, look at that. Almost.
I won't break it.
It's really smart.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
I think you need to get the seat out of the way, or back.
These have to come out.
Oh, the headrest, yeah. It's always fun doing stuff live,
Especially
Yeah.
when it's hot.
Yeah.
So thank you, Rory. He's speculating that was a fuse panel we were being asked about. Here's Kathy. Excited to see the live. And here we got dressage coming in from Australia. That's groovy.
Yeah. So see where Nick is storing these headrests?
And the pizza
And
oven.
here we go. Oh, was that the fuse panel someone was asking us about, Scott?
Yeah, there. Yeah, above the head in the other van. You're good.
Oh, okay.
Look at that.
Yeah. So where is the fuse? Where's all the stuff in here?
No, it was in the other van, so you're fine.
Yeah. I'm just looking to see where it would be in this one. Probably here. Oh, right here. And then fuses sometimes are
Fuses are on the back.
in the back. Yeah.
But this is very unique about the Westfalia.
No, this is cool. Extra bed here. That's awesome.
Something else that's pretty cool is this big bathroom with like a little see-through frosted glass here. I like this. This is a good size, especially for a big guy.
I like the window.
Oh, yeah.
Window's so great.
You can wave at people as you
Absolutely.
take care of
And
business.
it helps you feel less claustrophobic.
Yep.
Yes.
We have Ron from New York saying he has a 2018 Zion and still runs great.
There you
They
go.
build a quality product, right?
They do. 100% they do. And what else is cool? They give you a 2-year warranty. Every other company that on a 2-year warranty on everything. So that's one of the longest. I mean, the national standard for RVs is a 1-year warranty. So they do give you a double warranty. They have a great lithium system. Lots of cool stuff.
Yeah. Where do you want us to go next, Scott?
maybe just kind of highlight the galley a little bit, and let's go back
Galley.
outside and show the garage space, because that's a huge, I think, feature of the.
So what's cool? Well, first off, in the galley is probably the coolest thing is right here, the Sunshine State Elite Club. Hank is the founding member of it, right, Hank?
I'm not just a player; I'm also the president.
Yes.
Yeah.
Full educational walkthrough, complimentary 2-night stay, guaranteed service appointment within 2 days. I mean, who else does stuff like that? 2-burner stove, nice sink. But what I like is if you don't want to use any of this, you just hide it and it's out of the way. Don't even know it's there. You can make sandwiches here, hang out. It's just this pretty nice area. You know, there's some cool lighting here. There's some nice LED light. I like the Euro style of all this lighting. Okay, isn't that cool? And then the drawers.
Tons of cabinets. Yeah. Here's the fridge that Nick was talking about for folks if they want to see that.
And the illuminated cubbies are really kind of cool with the springy cord thing.
Oh, here?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I mean, like even, putting stuff in there, stuff just kind of stays in there. You can put it down here as well. So
Spices, right? Whips and chains.
Yeah, plants and stuff like that. Yeah. Whips and chains if you need them.
To the orange one.
Okay, I'll follow you. How about well, I think weren't we supposed to go into the back of this, Scott?
Yeah, let's go see the garage storage.
Scott wants to see the garage first on this one. Oh, okay, here we go. All right.
Hey, so I want to introduce my wife real quick. She's right over here. This is Mary.
Hi, Mary.
And Scott, have you met my wife?
I did at the Van Bury, and
we camped together. I forgot.
I thought these were actors, Nick. Are you saying this is your actual wife?
This is my actual.
I thought this was the actress you hired just for when you're making videos.
And our oldest daughter, who's a junior at the University of Florida right now.
Wow. No pressure. YouTube Live. You're looking good.
People watching right
now. A lot of pressure.
Now we've met the real boss.
Did you eat a burger?
I did. Oh, yeah. Delicious.
Oh,
yeah. That's the only reason they came.
Yeah.
And support.
I mean, someone has to eat the burgers.
Someone has to eat the burger too.
Go shopping
now.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna put you.
So
let me borrow your phone for a second.
Sure. Go ahead.
Hey, Nick, hold on a second. Before you go, I want to show how much storage there really is. So I'm gonna put you two big dudes in there.
Look at that.
Look at that.
We can sit down.
Wow.
This is how we used to do our poses in the 80s.
This is huge, right?
All right, your signature pose, and go.
That's the thumbnail right there.
That's it.
Yeah, it's incredible. Mike, can you get a bike in there? So if you put the bed down, you can get a bike in there.
You can get a couple bikes in here, actually. And what's cool, if you got
big dudes, you can definitely get a couple bikes.
You can put like a paddle board or what have you inside here. There's actually a separation that goes inside there.
Yeah.
So you can block it off, and that's cool.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for showing that. That's just.
You're welcome. Where we going from here, Scott?
What was the one you were headed to? Maybe the 50th anniversary.
Oh, 50th. The Chase 50, Mike.
Sure, let's do
here. I'll walk down.
Let's do this one.
This one here. Okay, here you go.
And then we got a couple questions. So, but go ahead.
I'll just mention we do kind of different paint packages, for personal choice. This is a silver with a cobalt blue. Of course, we do white with mint green, white with blue. We do charcoal with silver. So, whatever personal choice you like. This is a white sand interior. We do sage interior. We do a chestnut interior. This is pretty cool. So, checking out how it's set up. Eh?
You still do chestnut?
We do chestnut.
You know what's cool about the Chase 50 is this kind of commemorates the 50th anniversary, and they've done something besides the decals, right? Decals, and they call them decals in Canada.
They do.
Really?
It's weird. I know.
I really like how thick this is. This is probably one of the most comfortable mattresses. I mean, like thick Italian leather. I like how open it is through here as well. They really did a good job of opening that up. And then they did some cool LED lighting on both sides, here and here. And then they did like this. I mean, it's just all very molded piece here. It's just it's very unique. Very unique. There's a lot of people make a twin bed model on a ProMaster chassis, and everyone kind of has their little stick on what they do. I mean, the Novas make their 20D, which is a great twin bed model. Theirs is different, like they're all just different, right? Travato makes one, everyone makes one, but for them to make, this is the most comfortable bed here. Like, this is a very thick, it has like a mattress underneath it. The head kind of reclines up and down, which is nice. So there's some cool stuff they do.
Yeah.
And I think we measured, this is the widest of the twin beds in the B space.
Are you saying I need a wide twin bed, Scott? Is that what you're saying?
A lot of people like the wide twin beds. The other ones
yeah.
are more narrow and they're higher off the floor, so your feet dangle. This one has neither problem.
That's a good point.
No one wants to sleep on a skinny bed. You want to be able to roll around a little.
I know, right?
Yeah.
No one's a skinny husband. I mean,
no. I think they like a little extra on the husband. It's for security. Grab handles.
Let's get some comments on that.
Let's get some comments. We do have a couple questions here. Jason wants to know, and this is a great time, Nick and Mike and Hank. Does this one, I think it was the first one we saw, the Wave, does it have a generator or are they lithium equipped? So maybe kind of give us the rundown on that, because that's a big deal these days.
So, okay, you can say from the factory.
So all the Roadtrek, they're using an underhood generator, puts out about 280 amps, and we're charging a huge, large bank of battery power, 600 amp hours of lithium. And then we're inverting that with a 3,000 watt inverter. Then we're using 300 watts of solar on a non-pop top on all the Roadtreks. On a pop top, it's 200 amp hours of solar, or 200 watts of solar, excuse me. It's flex mat panels that go on that. It's due to the weight. You put on the 300 watts of solar on a pop top, it's just so heavy to lift up. Lifting up 10 pounds this way is easy, but over your head feels like more like 50 pounds. So that's why we went with the 200 watts. And on the Westfalia, it's basically exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Underhood generator, 600 watts of solar, 600 amps of lithium, 300 watts or 200 watts of solar for pop top, and a 3,000 watt inverter.
And what I think is cool is that second alternator, the underhood generator, they call it. It's a second alternator there. When you're driving, it is charging those lithium batteries at such a rapid pace. A couple hours of driving takes those batteries from being dead to fully charged. So if you're driving somewhere for a couple hours, you are ready to camp that night. The solar is also a way you can charge it, and then you can also plug it at a campground to charge it. So I like that there's 3 different ways you can charge your lithium batteries.
Yeah. And you don't have to, it's an interesting point. Our underhood generators or alternators, you don't have to get to a certain RPM at idle. Basically at idle, it'll start charging, where other manufacturers, you have to get to 15 to 2,000 RPMs before it starts taking a charge. So we don't have that problem.
Yeah.
It's very efficient.
Nice.
Yeah.
About an hour and 50 minutes for 2 batteries at 10% to charge to 100%. Hour 50 minutes at idle, and then a lot less time if you're driving.
So I have a question. So having just been in Canada, where it gets a little chilly in the winter and Florida's a little hot kind of all the time, 4-season capabilities, and maybe talk about insulation and maybe the AC again. I think Hank mentioned that earlier, but in either environment.
So I'm from Alberta. Yep. I mean, it gets cold just like it gets hot in Florida, but in Canada it's too cold. They're not 4-season. Your tanks will freeze, even if it's like -3 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but let's put it this way: if it's freezing
at 30, -30, I don't know.
Your tanks might not freeze. No. It's when you're driving, the wind chill increases so high that you will freeze your tanks. The only way to properly insulate from where I'm from is you'd have to heat wrap the lines, put heat pads on your batteries, and then if you had any depth to the chassis, spray foam it to create an insulation underneath, which is not a lot of depth on the chassis to do that spray foam. So we don't do anything like that. I will say that the Truma furnace system will keep you incredibly comfortable in extremely cold temperatures. I've skied in one, went skiing, and it's extremely cold where it was very comfortable. I actually put antifreeze in my toilet. I used my toilet and I packed water. But we're hoping that when it gets cold, you're getting in and leaving to where the sun shines and it's warmer.
Like Florida.
Yeah. I mean, some people want to go where it's cold, but yeah.
And there's, in some vans, they might claim like acrylic windows in the Westfalia. They're a dual pane window, but you still, so you eliminate the condensation, but sometimes you won't eliminate the cold, just the condensation on a dual pane window. So not for extreme cold temperatures.
Yeah. Your van likes to be comfy like you like to be comfy. So
yeah.
Looks like we're caught up on questions. What other, go ahead. Nick.
Yeah. I mean, Hank was going to say something, but it's there. most people when they're buying these, they're looking for that eternal search for 70-degree weather.
Yeah.
And they're not trying to be here in Florida in the summertime, and they're not trying to be in Canada in the wintertime.
Right.
They want to flop that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm in Michigan. It's absolutely pleasant. No AC for the last like 3 nights. It's been so
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, some people want to have that adventure of going somewhere really cold. You just need to be prepared for it. You could die in the cold faster than you can in the heat. You know, obviously you could dehydrate very fast if you're somewhere that's very dry. You could dehydrate. Florida's good. You won't die. You'll just suffer.
So we can quote that. That's a Hank Strange quote. You can die in the cold faster than you can die in the heat.
You can.
And you'll live longer in a van regardless.
I don't think if there's any vans that are giving the person that's asking the question. I don't think there's any vans that give you that 4-season. I don't think there's an RV that's really for 4 seasons. Like
I think that's become a lot of marketing. I think you can have that. You're going to spend. There's going to be some considerable more money added to get that because you need to heat all compartments, even the outside ones, to have that, right?
Yeah, no, we carry vans that really go above and beyond to make to give you that 4 seasons capability.
Yeah,
you know,
you just go into a higher
some
category.
Of the Coachrooms do, some of the Chinooks do. You know, I mean, it's what it is. It's more expensive, and there again. It's only as good as you are also draining things and doing it. So you can drain everything. If you leave a little water somewhere, you just,
Yeah. You could do it. I think you could do it in this van and, the other vans that are out there. Just be prepared for what you're going into and know that there's special things you'll have to do, especially for anything that's underneath and outside of the van. So you'll need to take care of that.
Yesterday, me and Mike golfed in the hottest day on record for him. Now I need to go to Canada and golf with you on the coldest day.
Mike, take him ice fishing.
That's why you beat.
That's why. That's the only reason.
Yeah, next question. Mike is done with this. What else we got?
Take Nick ice fishing.
Yeah. So listen, while you're waiting for questions, I mean, here, one of you guys could put this on me. Without a doubt, I say this is a little bit selfish, Scott, but I am a Truma ambassador, and this has the Truma Aventa in it, as well as what does this have? The Combi?
No, Combi's only in our Pivot model in Westfalia.
So this has what from Truma as far as heat?
Truma Aqua Heat for
the Aqua Heat. Yeah. So that's
and the Truma air conditioner.
Yeah, and the Aventa. Yeah. So that's really a good way to go, in my personal opinion. I'm glad to see you guys are doing that.
It's actually, we want to do Combi, but we don't have the floor space. Like if you ever look underneath this chassis, if you ever get a chance to go online and see what we do underneath, it's well designed, engineered, but there's no space for anything. So to put ducting underneath the floors, there's just no space to do so. In our Pivot model or Westfalia, we actually got rises into the cab and stuff where we can lay ducting and stuff inside. So it's engineered a little bit differently, so we can't put a Combi. I like the Combi, but this is efficient system.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful that we went with Truma.
Yeah. If you guys are looking to find out more stuff about Truma, I just went to visit them, and we'll show you all the differences. Oh, this is extreme close up. I'm sexy, but not that sexy, Nick.
He's bringing sexy back.
This is why we don't give Nick the camera, just in case anyone wants to. We never give him control. He just, okay, Nick, I'll take it back from you.
What do you mean?
He doesn't know what to do with himself.
Oh, one more thing. So I want to mention 50th anniversary. We're not building the 50th anniversary after this year. Like, that's it. We're not. So next year will be something different, but this is the only Chase 50 that we're building. Or what you see here. Italian leather, different floor plan. The cabinets moved over.
Yeah. Do you want to see something pop top, Scott, or where do you want us to go?
Let's see the pop top, because I think what I realized last week is that their hang point on the ladder is different than the other some I've seen otherwise, which makes the
we all have to walk through the 50th.
Oh, do we?
Oh yeah.
Okay, go. Walk through the 50th. Go on, Mike.
We see glitter.
All right, congratulations. You two are now married. All right, I'm not. That's official. I'm ordained as a minister.
We just got married.
2 of you now, yeah. All right, so let's go. What was it you wanted to see the hang? You wanted to see the hang point, Scott. It is different. You're right, Scott.
Hey, look at that. 320 pounds that ladder holds, as you can see. 320 grams. Yeah. 222 kilograms this ladder will hold, as you can witness.
Yeah.
There's enough room for 3, Nick.
I was in an unnamed van last week, and I broke the ladder and fell on my face.
Did you?
I did.
What brand?
Unnamed.
So let me just say this, because Scott is always professional when he does his stuff. On behalf of us, we apologize to all your people out there, Scott.
We are sorry.
It is kind of like the Three Stooges here. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Which one's Mo and Curly and?
Oh, hold
I
on.
don't
Let's
know.
see. Yeah.
But
So we apologize. We apologize, Scott.
no, you're fine. But,
Yeah.
I didn't realize this until last week
Oh,
that the ladder hang point is just over the sliding door. And if you
Yeah.
look at some of the, which allows you to have the ladder up. So imagine if you're like grandma and grandpa and the grandkids are upstairs, they can run up and down the ladder and you can still use the front area of the van.
Yeah,
Some of the other guys, it's on the other side, and it really makes the front of the van useless without removing the ladder. So again, just good thinking through of how a van floor plan can enable your travels, and you do it with less fuss. And it's just, I think Nick, you've told me that this is one of the best insulated proprietary, isn't it? Pop tops in the industry. Is that right? Do I have that right?
It is the tallest one that we carry. We have 3 or 4 pop tops, and this is the tallest one. It gives you the most space up there. So when you're laying up there, you have, I don't know what the exact inches are, but you have the most space up here in the pop top. Yes.
That's so cool.
And if you look, I think there's only one competitor. Well, I know there is. There's only one other manufacturer builds a pop top that uses an awning.
Oh,
So
okay.
your pop tops, you notice here, I think, don't have an awning.
Okay, so here's the awning. Yeah, we'll have someone fact check that, but I think it's a good point.
And we have one question that I think we'll call a wrap. So Roy's got a question. Mike, you might have addressed this. Corey, will you keep the same floor plan for the Chase after the 50th anniversary? Speaking specifically of the wardrobe being moved to the other side.
I really like that wardrobe on the other side. So we're gonna implement that in some other products. There's a good chance we'll keep the Chase like it is. There might be some tweaks to that. You'll know in a couple months.
Okay.
But it's a great floor plan, so I can't see us going away with it. Just the 50th anniversary will no longer.
You won't get the 50th anniversary
Which is
stuff.
Italian leather. There's a couple other options that are in that we haven't done before. So
Okay. Okay.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much. Nick, where can people learn more about Sunshine State RVs?
Yeah, so on the World Wide Web, people can go on there and look at our website, sunshinestatervs.com. They can call us. We do have the best prices I have ever seen on a Roadtrek. Mike came in with the price list, threw it on my desk, and I said, this is going to create waves. No pun intended on the website.
that was a pun intended. That was a pun.
This is going to create waves with how low these prices are. But these really are. I mean, they're here. They're in stock. You can look at everything we just looked at. We got 5 or 6 more Roadtreks here. 2 more just came off the truck. 2 more just came off the truck today to kind of prep for the sale. We've already sold a couple Roadtreks today already. One for sure, and one Brandon just walked out and said he needed some details. So people are buying today. It's Monday at noon. It just started 3 hours ago. So these are great prices. And they can come here to Gainesville. We'll fly you here, or call Angie, Brandon, Austin, and they'll be able to help you get the best price.
Yeah,
it's one of the smaller you have a small store location to do this many vans that you do. They are fantastic at what they do. So I love my friend Mr. Strange here.
Yep, I'll come in here before we go, Scott.
Yep.
I think I want to say this for myself and everyone else, man. I'm really glad to see you back, brother.
Yes.
We love you. We love you. And I'm happy to see you. And when I'm out there traveling the world, I always run into people who are fans of yours. So.
It takes a team to build a dream.
Absolutely. Hey, we're going to put that on the shirt too. More merch. Thanks, Scott.
That's great. We got a lot of thank yous from the group here. So Mike, thanks. And Nick, thanks for inviting us into the celebration. And Hank, thanks for being an amazing, you may put Lola out of business, being a cameraman there. I don't know.
Oh. Love you, brother.
But glad you're all 3 there. So have fun. Enjoy the rest of the day. And journey on. Peace be with you.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.